Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the session. In this class, we will discuss about balance of payments, what are the causes of balance of payments, disequilibrium, and how to remove the disequilibrium in balance of payments. Before going to this, we have a small introduction regarding what is a balance of payment. Balance of payment, just as a company has an accounting system, the country has an accounting system. It consists of double entry, just like an Indian accounting system. Double entry includes debits and credits. Here, just as the company has credits and debits, so the country also has debits and credits. Here, double entry, it is a balance. In the balance of payments, we have number of things to be posted on the credit side. Exports are posted on the credit side. Cash inflows are posted on the credit side. Foreign direct investment are posted on the credit side. And sale or purchase of currencies can also be posted on the credit and debit sides. Next, cash outflows are posted on the debit side, and imports are posted on the debit side, as well as foreign direct investment outside the country can also be foreign direct investment by Indians outside the country can also be posted as debit side. Okay, just as we have accounting system, so the financial position of the country can also be estimated by using a statement which is called as balance of payment. If the balance of payments registers a positive growth, then it indicates the financial position of the country is progressing. If the balance of payments registers a negative growth, then it indicates the country is in a dangerous situation, and certain steps have to be taken by the country in order to remove the disequilibrium state. What is disequilibrium? Disequilibrium is an imbalanced state between credits and debits. It is an imbalanced state. Balanced state is called as equilibrium, and imbalanced state is called as disequilibrium. Sometimes credits exceed the debits. Then it indicates that there is a disequilibrium. Sometimes debits exceed the credits. Then it indicates that there is a disequilibrium. This disequilibrium need to be corrected. In this class, we will discuss about what are the causes for disequilibrium and what are the methods of correcting the disequilibrium. Okay, now I will be sharing you the screen. In this class, we will discuss about two issues. One is disequilibrium in balance of payments, and second one is methods of correction of disequilibrium. What do you mean by disequilibrium? A state where the debit side and credit side does not coincide is called as disequilibrium. If the exports are more than imports, if the imports are more than exports, then there is a certain chance of creating a disequilibrium in the current account. In this way, different situations can cause the disequilibrium. And in this class, we also wanted to state how these disequilibriums are corrected. What are the methods adopted for correcting the disequilibrium in balance of payments? What do you mean by disequilibrium? When the demand for the foreign exchange is equivalent to the supply of it, then it is called as equilibrium. When the demand for foreign exchange is equal to supply, demand is equal to supply, then it is called as equilibrium. But if the demand is more than supply, or if the supply is more than demand, then it creates a state which is called as surplus or deficit. What are the causes for the disequilibrium? If the government goes on spending huge amount of money, that is, this sort of first factors are called as economic factors. In the economic factors, first factor is called as development disequilibrium. In the development disequilibrium, what happens is the country in a development disequilibrium, what happens is the country can go to the negation side of equilibrium state if it spends huge amount of money than required. If the development activities, that is construction of roads, buildings, power plants, industries, infrastructure, etc., if huge spending is brought by the country from in the form of the loans, then a situation will be created which is called as a disequilibrium state. Second one is, if huge amount of money is invested wrongly in importing unnecessary technology, unnecessary capital goods, unnecessarily consumer goods imports, then a state of is called as disequilibrium. Second one is called as cyclic disequilibrium. In cyclic disequilibrium, what happens is, it is caused because of business cycles. If the businesses are growing rapidly, what will happen to the exports? Exports will progress. Then the balance of payments is surplus. There will be no danger sign. But if imports goes on increasing, then what happens? It is a danger sign for the economy, and it is registered in the balance of payments. And thus, see, this is a continuous process. We cannot say that all the time exports will increase, all the time imports will increase. Well, the last year exports may be less, but this year exports may be more. In this way, there will be a registration of exports and imports number in the balance of payments. This also creates a disequilibrium. Next one is, sometimes recession happens, that is devaluation of the money happens. Sometimes the value of goods may be decreased, the value of money can be decreased. Then such a thing is called as recession. Or if all the business units tumble down, then such a thing is called as depression. In both the cases, what will happen is the disequilibrium is caused. Next one is secular disequilibrium. Secular disequilibrium takes place when the country goes from one stage to the other. In a developing stage to the developed stage. If the country progresses in this way, then an equilibrium may be caused. Or if the developing countries goes downward to underdeveloped stage, then it's also a signal for disequilibrium stage. If the country goes on investing huge amount of money in foreign countries rather than starting an industry in India, then a disequilibrium can be caused. Next, fourth one is structural disequilibrium. Structural disequilibrium is caused when higher allocation of money is done in one sector and least allocation of money is done in the other sector. If huge amount of funding is done in an unrequired sector and less amount of money is invested in the unrequired sector, then also disequilibrium is started. Next, political factors. Until now, we have seen about economic factors. Now we will see about political factors. If there is an unstable government, what will happen? Because of uncertainties, what will happen? The people will start. The government will fall down, and a new government has to go on again. Again, the elections has to take place. The elections is an indirect or useless expenditure. In this case, if the country goes on conducting elections year by year, every year, then it is a huge expenditure for the country. This expenditure may cause a disequilibrium, or sometimes wars may take place, sometimes cash outflows may take place, sometimes imports may increase. Then such a case is also called as a political factor caused disequilibrium. And so social factors is another point. Social factors in the sense if the customer tastes and preferences are not taken into consideration, if fashion and culture is not being induced into the customer minds properly, sales will fall down, purchasing power will fall down, profit will fall down, and automatically businesses will tumble down, and thus a disequilibrium will be caused. Until now, we have discussed what are the causes for disequilibrium. Now we'll discuss what are the methods for correction of disequilibrium. Sometimes what happens is automatic disequilibrium may happen. What do you mean by automatic disequilibrium? The disequilibrium will be corrected by itself. For example, imports of capital goods is a caused disequilibrium. If this is good, what happens? Industries will flourish and exports will increase and the disequilibrium will be automatically rectified. No necessary steps are taken by the government to correct the disequilibrium, but the disequilibrium is corrected by itself. Second one is outflow of foreign exchange. If there is a huge amount of imports, what will happen? There is an outflow of foreign currencies. This also will result in this correction. Next one is deliberate measures. Deliberate measures means these are the steps taken by the government to correct the disequilibrium. For example, government has taken steps for increasing the exports or for reducing the imports. Export promotion. Government gives incentives to export the goods, export the consumer goods to the foreign countries. The reason it generates foreign exchange, it generates the money in income for the country. This causes, because of export promotion, the current account deficit can be controlled. Import reduction. If the imports are more, then disequilibrium is caused. So imports have to be reduced. And the India must be self-reliant and producing the goods on its own. So such a disequilibrium is called as import restricted disequilibrium controlling measure. That is, in one word we can say that exports must be increased and imports must be reduced. Next, another thing is monetary measures. While the cause of disequilibrium is inflation. During the inflation, prices increases and the value of the money goes on decreasing. Since the value of money goes on decreasing, the income of the country also goes on decreasing. As the income of the money is income of the country is decreasing, it causes a disequilibrium. So every time the country must try to increase the value of money by controlling the inflation. Second one is reduction in the money supply. If the money supply is reduced, what will happen? The money supply is reduced, what will happen? Abundant amount of money will not stay with the people. And thus the prices of goods will come down. As the prices of money are come down, what happens? The income of the country will be increased and thus exports will be increased. Exchange controls. Here what every time the country has to do, the country has to earn the foreign exchange. They must, every time the country has to earn the foreign exchange. Second thing is, it must reduce the imports and it must take steps, the RBI must take steps in order to reduce the imports, but not the import of capital goods. And RBI must also set a government controls to reduce the reduce the imports. Miscellaneous measures. Gifts given must be reduced. Gifts taken must be increased. These are the various measures in order to correct the disequilibrium. In this class, we have discussed various issues like what are the causes of disequilibrium and what are the measures taken by the country to control the disequilibrium. Okay, thank you.